Good morning, everyone, and I would like to thank everyone for their participation in this webinar. On behalf of Mr. Arsenio and Mrs. Kobari and Mrs. Oran, I would like to thank the World Skills America Board for the work they perform. Our topic today is the contribution of formation processes in strengthening the orange economy as a boost to employment and productivity of companies in Colombia. And we have the honor of receiving Mrs. Nidia Gomez, Director of Training Education in Colombia. And with that, I thank the permanent support of SENA, SENA Colombia, and all the associations of World Skills Americas. And a special thanks to Mrs. Yesid Rosinke for Mrs. Nidia Gomez. You have the floor. Thank you very much, Mr. Spada. Good morning, everyone. And I would like to convey my greetings to all the public, especially Mr. Rafael, President of World Skills America, Mr. Roberto Spada, CEO of World Skills, and the institutions that are watching us as SENAI Brazil, SENA Costa Rica, and Peru. And all the companies, I thank World Skills for this invitation to share with you this space.
La creatividad, el arte, la cultura, la innovación y el talento de los colombianos. Si quieres hacer realidad tus proyectos creativos, esto te interesa. El gobierno de Colombia brinda incentivos para fortalecer y apoyar a las industrias creativas y culturales, financiamiento, formación, beneficios tributarios, mejoramiento de infraestructuras físicas y digitales, nuevos mercados. La economía naranja es equidad y más oportunidades para los colombianos.
So today I would like to talk about the contribution in the training processes for work in the strengthening of orange economy as a boost to employment and productivity of the companies in creative sectors in Colombia. As you saw in a previous video, this is a utmost topic for us. The term orange economy was used for first time in Colombia in 2013. Promoted by the then president of Colombia, Mr. Moti Marquez, and the Minister of Culture. And they defined orange economy as a sector of the industry that is structured by art and culture as a raw material. And it is marked in orange because it has a symbolic value and a cultural identity that represents happiness. Having this as a basis, I will try to illustrate the legal framework for the basis of orange economy in our country. Colombia has a robust agriculture and culture in methodologically contributing to the orange economy building up, thanks to the dynamism expressed in Law 397, Act 397 of 1997, that defines the institutionality of culture and consolidates the principles inspired in our Constitution. But it is also, we also have Act 1834 of 2017 that has as an object develop, foster, and incentivize and protect creative industries, understood as the sectors that provide creation, production, and commercialization of goods and services in culture that are based in intangible contents of cultural character, especially that related to the role of citizenship in face of the heritage and the culture creation processes. Additionally, we have Decree 1935 of 2018, in which the National Council of Orange Economy is created as a consulting body for the federal government in charge of formulating policies and coordinating interinstitutional actions to promote, advocate, and develop creative economy. All the acts, laws, and decrees that are previously approved, previously passed, they foster the development of the National Plan of Development of 1922, where we promote and protect the orange economy to help solving the problems of employment and entrepreneurship in our country. Orange economy in Colombia is based in the creation, production, and distribution of cultural goods and services, and is strengthened by 4 pillars. The first, provide conditions to generate decent employment, decent work in cultural sector by the reduction of informal jobs in these sectors. We know that artisans, jewelers, and artists are usually in informality. And what we want is that these jobs in cultural, creative industry become formal jobs. In addition, allow that value productive chains like music production, art production associated to creative industry generate new goods and services of high demand in local markets. The second pillar is supporting the generation and materialization of new creative ideas and innovative products. By fostering design and creativity and materializing disruptive ideas that allow for the companies and business people to align with the cultural sector, enabling the generation of new experiences and strengthening these new experiences. The third is strengthening the transmission of ancestral knowledge and practices as intangible practices of cultural heritage. This enables the identity and recognition of our peoples in Colombia. Well, in Colombia, we have so much ancestral culture from our indigenous communities, from our African-based communities that are there. And what we want with this orange economy is shedding light to this culture so that the world know all this cultural production that we have from our communities. And we also have the development of narratives surrounding the culture and traditions by dialoguing with the new dynamics, with the new technologies and knowledge. The fourth is promoting the development of intellectual property by means of the registration of functional means, authorship and copyrights that foster the protection of cultural, artistical, and creative knowledge. The backbone of orange economy is based in 7 I's, meaning that they are the 7 strategic lines proposed by the current president, Ivan Duque, and a Ministry of Economy. This was created in 2013, and they emerged to respond to the failures we have in creative industry. These 7 I's are inspiration, which currently the current intellectual property that includes all the topics in terms of copyrights and intellectual property. But we also have information, which is the development of a system for orange economy activities that enable publishing in the Orange Report all the formulation of policies, all the policy making that expedites the production of goods and services and facilitates their entrance in international markets. Then we have institutions. And what is more important here? Governmental institutions and public and private financial means that foster the labor growth and the economic development for orange economy through an infrastructure like cultural clusters, productive chains that enable the orange culture to generate dynamics that are participative and collaborative and that contribute to a greater number of opportunities to expand all the services in the orange economy. And we have there soft infrastructure, digital infrastructure that has to be connected to the hard infrastructure to discover talents and enjoy culture and co-create through these spaces. And then we have the topic of integration. New markets and channels that facilitate internationalization of products and their commercialization. Then we have the topic of industry, which is strengthening the creative undertaking processes, creating new conditions where innovation and technology have a major role in this connection. And lastly, inclusion. The training and promotion of human talents as a determining factor in cultural processes and social processes, where the arts and handcraftship provide the social development. These 7 strategies, in these 7 strategies take part 21 governmental bodies focusing programs to generate adequate conditions so the creative projects can be strengthened and take off. In the orange economy in Colombia, was promoted by strengthening of the orange being through tools and methodologies for qualification of entrepreneurship characteristics. If you check here, we conceived a periodic table of elements with the qualities that are inherent to the creative being, as art, heritage, cultural and creative industries, represented in an organized fashion with tools specialized for the search. We have 4 parts here. A nuclear part with the core that, if we check in the periodic table, are the light orange squares. These are the basic skills to start a company, any creative entrepreneurship, any creative undertaking. A little darker orange allow the consolidation and development of these undertakings. The deepening on a dark orange are skills to escalate this undertaking and potentialize and strengthen it. And the white squares correspond to all the transversal skills, the cross-sectional skills that are needed so these beings can produce creatively, which is teamwork and resilience. These are the cross-sectional characteristics of orange economy. But each of these skills that we saw here in this periodic table are focused in the educational offer and the themes that as an institution we must have that include them in our training programs. These skills are essential skills or social emotional skills that are those that are cross-section and are related to attitudes, beliefs, the aspects of personality, attitude, and the behavior of people in face of their surroundings. These allow to live with other people and having a changing attitude, enabling communication skills, but also enable managing emotions to have empathetic relations with other beings. We continue with everything related to the skills of public and hearing knowledge or active hearing knowledge. These allow for designing products and defining communication strategies, implementing actions that guide the entrepreneurship to give a proper answer to the market, review the motivations and emotions of the customers that they have in their surroundings to be able to select the right product. Then we have creation and innovation skills. This in the process of creation, generation, new knowledge. And here we have all the topic of innovation and technological development that is transferred to the social and productive part. This creation and innovation will have, as a result, products and services and a generation of chains, productive chains that will allow the organization of practice. And then skills for process sustainability, which is related to the inputs and outputs of budget and administration, which is very important as well. Then we have network skills or association and network skills that will allow the entrepreneurs to identify, manage, and potentialize the networks that enable teamwork and enable potentializing their products and services for a customer. This part is very important for teamwork, with everything related to administrative and managerial skills to plan, decision making, leading, and managing a project or a company in the creative industry. Cultural marketing. How do they position their products? How do they position their services? And even better, even more important, in what market, national, international, and how will the response in face of each market will be? Digital skills. They are very important in the current days that we are leaving the world, our country. These abilities, these skills that have to be strengthened by the day, because we are constantly doing digital marketing currently. We are betting everything in the fourth revolution, Industry 4.0, and we have to invest everything in the Internet of the Things and e-commerce, data science, and program languages. With them, we will provide all these networks that are built in a collaboration framework for the production of creative services and products be strengthened. Well, we had a recovery of everything that is the orange economy in Colombia and all the legal framework behind it, and how we strengthen that in our country. Now, I will show you the operational arms of the orange economy. And this operational arm of the orange economy is the National Service of Learning, SENA, our dear institution, dear to all Colombians, that reach every single corner of this country through 117 training centers that annually train 7 million Colombians and counts with more than 22,000 trainers and 3,500 training programs, of which 700 are focused on orange economy. These 700 training programs provide diplomas and complementary training. When we talk about diploma certification, we are talking about level of floor workers, technicians, technical workers, and technological specializations. This is one of the axes with which we'll leverage the operational arm of the orange economy. There are 3 other axes. The second is everything related to the certification of competences. This certification is the qualification pathway for people where we recognize a learning that was achieved empirically. For instance, an artisan that is expert in pottery, for instance, that has no formal education, because this knowledge is acquired by himself, can be certified, can certify this knowledge through this certification of competences. But in addition, they can, with previous recognition, continue a training program and convert him herself in a technician or a specialized technician. The third axle has to do with infrastructure. The infrastructure we have in the different training centers, and in those 117 training centers, but that we also have in some bases on some cities that will enable the development of the creative projects we have. And the fourth is all everything that we've been discussing about training, certification of competences, infrastructure, all of that is in focus to give an answer to entrepreneurship and employability of our apprentices in all the companies related to the area of creative industry. So based on all of that, this was the labor commissioned by the national government to be the operational arm of the orange economy. Today, or to date, we have in this topic, we have everything related with what we call training goal. What we have as a goal is human capital formation in programs of a technical level, technological level, blue-collar worker, and formation and specialization. So these are the courses that allow to strengthen one skill. We have a 4-year method from 2018 to 2022 of 5,144,026 training quotas. This very moment we achieved already 2,518,306 people formed in programs of Orange Economy, with a goal for 2021-2022 of 2,625,721. So we have to give an answer through the formation of human capital. With these 701 programs of Orange Economy that we have in the catalog that go beyond that, in 117 centers of training formation. In the topic of certification of competencies, we have a target of 49,122 certifications in Orange Economy, of which we achieved to 2020, 28,349. And we have as a goal for 2021-2022, another 20,773. Then we have our funds for entrepreneurship. As an institution, we follow up and finance future entrepreneurs, future businessmen that have ideas of business or non-formalized companies to structure their business plan and can apply to the calls of our fund. Since 2018, we hired 414 companies, generating 2,300 direct jobs, and we have a target for 2021-2022, another 400 companies, 800 companies and 3,500. So for 2021-2022, we have to cover another 386 companies created and 1,163 direct jobs generated. Within the whole topic of infrastructure for the 4-year period of 2018-2022, we have 6 headquarters of orange development. These headquarters is where we as ENI offer the training courses and other venues to provide training in Orange Economy. Of those 6 headquarters. In the 4-year period 2018-2020, we created 3 headquarters with investment of 1.4 million, and another 3 that venues in the other regions. We have also 3 with an investment of 2,710,000. What is our target for this year and next? Another 3 headquarters for Orange Development with an investment of 48,941,000 and 5 venues with an investment of 27,238 million. In the training offer of SENA, since 2018, we are trying to answer the needs of creative industries in the different regions of the country, responding to the territorial needs, sectorial needs, and national needs that demand inclusion of technical capacities, soft skills, and competences that foster creativity, innovation, and the appropriation of culture. The total number of apprentices that we have is 200,849 for 2021, in a total of 373 programs with 7 levels of training formation. In addition, in which sectorial activities are we focusing? We focus 3 activities in this training for orange economy: parks and heritage and creative industries. In each of them, we strengthen our training programs, not only in the syllabus design, but also in strengthening the offer in the 117 centers, nationally speaking. So arts and heritage, cultural industries, and functional creations. So arts and heritage are related with culture in every corner in Colombia, focusing gastronomy, arts and crafts, urban tourism, rural tourism. And within these programs, we have the trainings, kitchen technician, musician technician, tourist guides technician, and we also took part in skills in some other areas like kitchen technician. But we also have complementary courses for instance, baking skills or strengthening our local cuisine and arts and crafts, traditional arts and crafts. This is what we have in arts and heritage. With 188 training programs and 100,127 apprentices or trainees. Then we have the creative industries. Creative industries group: graphic industry, editorial industries, audiovisual production, photographies, and information agencies. We, as SENA, we had a huge base, a huge reach in this area. We really increased our number of programs with national and international partnerships in this sector, which enabled creating training programs focusing on this topic, like technician in audio digital programs, camera operation for TV, recording technicians, and doubling technician doublers, and this enable our trainees to take part in different calls, and I will talk about that later on. Functional creations that group all the sectors and areas of creative industries, focusing on the use of technological resources where digital media and software are strengthened and allow for the association different programs like graphic design, jewelry design, textile design, and fashion. Developing competences that foster innovation and implementation of new technologies that allow for optimizing productive processes, making use of digital tools. Well, I repeat here, it is very important in this moment we are living. In the most demanded programs, we have the jewelry technician, a multimedia technician, 3D animation, video game developers, and some complementary in terms of character, illustration, digital development. So with that, we have our training offer. And here we have what allowed this educational offer for our trainees. What did we reach with these offers? We reach competitions and bids where our trainees could take part, where our trainees can showcase their talent and teach everything that they developed and designed. In these events and competitions, we have national and international events. So this strengthen our trainees. We have here, for instance, the event book fair, where 2019, the National School of Trainers presented the book the didactic maths that compile strategic teaching of maths for specific situations developed by trainers and trainees of the whole country. Then we have the Sena Gourmet Kitchen. This is a competition, a contest where the trainees develop their abilities in cuisine from different regions of the country. Here, they showcase their ancestor knowledge, their traditional knowledge that can be converted into a gourmet cuisine. With this ancestral knowledge of Colombian cuisine, we can innovate and present our Colombian dishes revisited. Our country, as many of your countries, is very rich in everything related to fruits, vegetables, foodstuff that enable developing new dishes. We have the campus party where Sena take part in a species as an alternative, and all these ideas for business that are just starting to be consolidated as companies. And lastly, we have the Expo Arts and Crafts that up to 2019, before the pandemics, we do it presential and physically, where Sena had a booth with all the work that our trainees from the different regions and different ethnies could showcase their products. And those products that allow that people coming to Expo Crafts to meet the development, not only based on their ancestral knowledge, but also what do they learn in their training programs. With all these events and contests, we have these strategies developed that strengthened our training programs and allowed strengthening the knowledge of our trainers, and also allowed focusing the path the current world is heading to give a proper answer to productive sectors and national and international markets. Then we see the first strategy of Sena in movie making. When I was talking on everything we do in movie making, and we grew a lot. This strategy, this very strategy, in this moment, in 2019, 2020, developed 50 short movies that were awarded in national contests like International Festival of Cartagena, Film Festival, Smart Films, Semberfest, Festiner, and internationally, we are also recognized in Benevento Film Festival in Italy, International Film Festival in Madero, Mexico, Veneos Latino in Spain, Bencalore Film Festival in India, International Film Festival of Pakistan. So really, for us, filmmaking or Sena was wonderful. And I want to tell you why. Because not only is this in the big cities, but also have we worked with many of our allies in those, our partners in those regions that we call Deep Colombia, cities that are located in Orinoquia and Amazon region, the Orinoco and Amazon basin rivers. The Cine Sena movie making training was wonderful because we discovered many talents among our trainees, and these talents we find in indigenous villages sometimes. We also have the Sena Soft, which are trainees of programs related to information technologies, design, and development of softwares that took part in contests to showcase their skills regarding the development of softwares, web design, and database development. We also have another strategy that was converted in an accelerator, which is Sena Digital. This strategy is focused on two roads. One is skills for the development of softwares, and the other skills for the digital citizen of the 21st century. In software development skills, we have three strategies. One is everything related to complementary background, which are short training courses like Internet of the Things, digital marketing, cyber security. And the second is the boot camps, which are immersion courses that are carried out within 48 hours, where the trainees, not only do they receive training in digital skills, but also social emotional skills or soft skills that will enable their training as a whole being, not only from the technical standpoint, but also as a human being, which is very important in this moment we are living. And the third strategy, the fourth strategy, are the partnerships with technological leaders. Here we have Microsoft, Oracle, Google, Siemens, that allow forming our trainees in their different platforms. The second roadmap is the 21st century digital citizen, where we manage all the basic knowledge for information technology, which enable attitudes and competences that involve and interact with a digital environment. This in the whole market, and this background is self-formation and self-managed. With these two roadmaps, we have a goal that we have to fulfill for 2021-2022 of 5,300,000 trainees, 300,000 trainees in digital skills for software development, and 5 million in digital citizenship for the 21st century. But not less important, we have all the world skills related topics. The world skills strategies, where we have multiple skills associated to orange economy, from which development we have a significant contribution to the improvement of our training process quality, not only on strengthening our curriculum design, our program design, but also in strengthening our trainers and in the growth of our trainees that take part in these contests. Within the skills that we have for orange economy of world skills, we have information technology or CIT, software solutions for business, web technologies, administration of network systems, and development of mobile apps. The design skills, we have mechanical engineering, jewelry, fashion technology, landscaping and gardening, and graphic design technologies. And lastly, everything related to arts and heritage. Many of them created in Colombia, that so far their reach is just limited to Colombia. International cuisine, but also Colombian cuisine, barist, coffee cupping, and tourist guide. So what were the results in World Skills Colombia in orange economy? Well, it's worth of highlight that these areas achieved significant results for SENA and for Colombia. It enabled our trainees, our apprentices from every corner in the country compete internationally and showcase the world their creative skills, especially in design, where the computer-aided design, CAD, and landscaping and gardening. In 2019, was awarded the only bronze medals, or only medals that SENA received. This is a matter of pride for us, because our trainees are recognized, and they come from origins that in many cases are vulnerable. And this proves that developing skills is very important. Similarly, we achieved very highlight results in other areas of orange economy in different moments and in different places, as network cabling in Abu Dhabi 2017 and last year 2019. Software solutions for business in São Paulo in 2015. Web technologies in Leipzig 2013, São Paulo in 2015, and Abu Dhabi 2017. Network administration systems in London 2011, Leipzig 2013, São Paulo 2015. Computer-aided design, CAD, Leipzig in 2013, São Paulo 2015, and Abu Dhabi 2017. Fashion technology, São Paulo 2015, Abu Dhabi 2017, and Kazan 2019. Graphic design technologies, Leipzig 2013, São Paulo 2015. And cuisine, and São Paulo 2015 and Abu Dhabi 2017. And also skills created in Colombia like barista and coffee cupping and tourist guides, guide technology enable shedding light to these sectors that are very important to this to our country from the cultural standpoint, because they leverage many sectors of our economy. With barism and coffee cupping, we have everything related to ecotourism, rural tourism, that we can show the other countries what we had, what we've made with such important product for us, that is coffee. Well, let's say that within the competences created in, or the skills created in Colombia, we have the barista or barism that is now considered a skill that is officially considered within the continental competence cycle of World Skills America. So far, I presented everything we have in our skills catalog. And what World Skills provided us? They provided impact in training, enable updating our curriculum design, our training programs, also strengthen our training environments, train our trainers, creating national and international partnerships that enable growth, and also strengthening of soft skills for our trainers and our trainees. This also enabled that with these skills we can have a feedback, and this feedback identifies gaps and also identifies our strengths, our opportunities, our weak points, and with that, improvement plans. With all these national and international skills, we also were able to create new knowledge, network to technological knowledge. And in these exchanges, we are strengthened. Well, I have no further to say, but all of that is potentializing our culture of our countries. So I truly thank your participation. These scenarios enable our growth as institutions, enable generating benefit to our countries, to strengthen our trainees, strengthen all the Colombians for entrepreneurship and employability in creative industry. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you, Mrs. Gomez. I believe that Mr. Francisco Xavier has 2 or 3 questions, if possible, at least answering 3 questions. I would thank you very much. Francisco, are you there? Otherwise, I can carry on with them. Francisco? Mrs. Gomez, can you hear me? Mrs. Gomez? Yes? Thank you very much, Dr. Espada. We received some questions through Q&A and chat, and we would like to share to Mrs. Gomez so she can clarify the doubts of people that were following us in this important space. Taking into consideration web design, we would like to ask you, what are the technical professions that Colombian companies will require in the next 3 to 10 years? Well, of all these professions, what is more required is digital skills, the development, software development, cybersecurity, IoT, data analytics, and we are focusing these topics, but also audiovisual production, content production, and movie making, and everything related to audiovisual arts. Thank you very much, Director Gomez. The second question is, how in Colombia is the legal framework to facilitate the insertion of trainees in companies? What strategies do you use? Well, we in our institutions to take our trainees to companies, in our training program, there are 2 stages. One stage is learning stage and the other productive stage. In the productive stage, they can develop their competences that they learned in the elective stage and all these skills, and then they can be employed. But there's another roadmap for our trainees. Once they leave is through the public employment agency, where the companies require the profiles according to what we have, so they can find job in these companies requiring the skills. Second, the next question is, what are the strategies that SENA executed to achieve support of company members to achieve results with the amount of trainees that you form? Well, this is something that we work hand in hand with business people. We try to connect digital skills, and we try that companies hire our trainees for the development of their productive process, allowing them to know what is going on in terms of training information to employ them. But what else do we have? We have a topic of sectorial tables where business people take part, allowing to know the profiles they require. the needs they have in face of the programs we develop. So what are the professional profiles they need the most in the market? And based on these requirements, we start to design our programs. In addition, during our curriculum design, the productive sector review the occupational profiles, the employment profiles, and we try to direct all the results of our programs based on that. So we are really connected with the productive sector and SENA. Thank you very much, Director Gomez. Finally, we would like you to comment if in arts and heritage, do you have restaurant, barism, and food and beverage, considering that in our country, coffee is one of our strengths? Yes, they are. They are. We have two programs with barism, barista, and everything that has to do with bar and food and beverage, urban tourism, rural tourism. They are all included in arts and heritage. Thank you very much to answer these questions presented by our public, by our audience. Thank you very much, Francisco Xavier, for your collaboration. I would like to thank the participation of you all. Thank our dear institution, SENA from Colombia. I allow myself to say our SENA, that carry out a strategic work that is extremely important for social transformation, and in special Mrs. Nidia Gomez Perez for the excellent conference. And I invite you to take part in our next meeting in June 25, next June 25. I thank also our translator, Sylvia, for the excellent job, and I thank you. Thank you very much, everyone. See you June 25 in our next meeting. Thank you once again, Mrs. Gomez. Excellent conference. Thank you very much. Thank you.